Hey gang, how are ya? Been a long time since I've done a live video on Sunday, so I want to make this a habit again. And one of the main reasons that I haven't been doing them is because the way I've been feeling. When you feel like not wanting to do a video, um, you you feel kind of crappy, and kind of the way I've been feeling. And yeah, I want to make sure that I am disconnected from the Bluetooth on the car because it makes the audio sound a little different, a little far away. Um, and I'm not sure how to do that, how to knock this off. So I don't know. I don't think it's using the car audio. So we'll just go with what we got here. Anyway, I'll try to speak up if that's the case. The if you've used your phone inside the car and try to record anything, a lot of times it'll use, if you have a modern car, it'll use the microphone inside the car that's built in to do phone calls and that kind of thing, instead of using the one that's in the phone, which would give you, in my case, a much clearer audio. So I don't know why I'm even talking about that, guys. How are you doing anyway? It's been a while, right? Yeah, so I am going to San Diego right now. I'm actually driving to Miami and then taking the plane to San Diego tonight. And going to be there, probably be doing another couple of videos from there to let you know what's going on. It's a busy week for me. And so that's why we're not on the beach in Naples today, because normally I do these lives from the beach. So it's a beautiful day here in Southwest Florida. We're driving across Alligator Alley. If you can see here, lots of green right through the window, and my uniform right there in the back, getting ready to rock and roll here, right? So here's what's happening this week. This is what is making my week full. I just got back from the Metabolic Health Summit in Santa Barbara, California, which is a meeting, a summit of, all I could see were the top people that are not only studying, but are doctors and nurses and techs that are in the metabolic health sphere of the working in that area. So it's a pretty important summit. Got to meet many people. Got to say hi to like all my heroes and people that you probably read about if you've going through a cancer challenge, and if you've done what I suggested you do, like taking a dive into the research and studying up on what you got and what's being done nowadays as far as out of the box type of treatments. I'm not saying crazy stuff, although some of the stuff that actually works is a little crazy. But I'm talking about people that have researched and have found that the treatment of a lot of diseases can be done if we treat them as if they were metabolic, okay? That they live and breathe, and that they, need the body to be in homeostasis. In other words, in balance. And it's a great conference. Now I can tell just by my voice that I'm still feeling a little under the weather from different things. I guess one of the things is having very few days off from one event to the other, and I'm not as strong as I should be, as I could be, but that's on me. The other thing is I'm battling a bit. I feel like I'm on the very last, you know, the very last mile of this thing. So I'm almost to the finish line as far as having this thing in my colon area, my gut biome. We'll talk about that as being healed completely. So if you remember back in December, I did my last chemo. January, we did, or actually in December, I think it was December, yes, they did a CT scan, and when that came back, maybe it was a PET scan, yeah. Either way, it came back that there was like a little bitty piece of cancer still on the liver. Now, hindsight's always 20/20. When I look back at this, I go, I started out with a tumor that was 6 centimeters long. I mean, that's a big honking tumor, right? That had completely closed off my bile duct at the time, and that's what set off the alarm in my body is that my bile was flowing into my bloodstream, and that is what was causing discomfort in my body, and I was going a little nuts with all that. Well, I didn't feel the tumor at all. I didn't feel, the growth of the cancer, or the pain of any kind of something like that. I felt the closure that this thing did of the bile duct. So it was kind of growing like crazy and taking over. But from March of last year to December, we got that thing from 6 centimeters all the way down to like a little teeny piece, right? And then Moffitt Cancer Center in Tampa, Florida, bless their hearts, wanted to take this before the tumor board, and I thought, okay, yeah, let's see what they have to say about it. When they came back, my oncologist up there, Dr. Kim, said they want to do what's called a Nano Knife procedure. Now, that's done in a different department, and he said, I'll let you talk with those doctors. Now, those doctors did a Zoom call with me. Said Nano Knife is where we go in with these probes in there, like very sharp needles, and go around the cancer and zap it with 3,000 volts of electricity. And I'm going, wow, that sounds like Star Wars technology, right? So I'm going, that sounds very interesting. And what's the percentage of this going right? And it's almost 100% effective in all cases. So I'm going, okay, great. Maybe this is what I need to just kind of get rid of that cancer once and for all, and we'll be like cancer free or in remission, however you want to call it. I say cancer free because for me, I want my body to think that we're cancer free, right? And I mention this to some people who are cancer survivors, and they go, oh, you can't say that, you're always in remission, and I'm going, that's for you. Okay, for me, I'm cancer free. If I get cancer again, I'll have cancer again. But for now, I don't have cancer in my body, so I don't want to call it remission. Remission sounds like you're having a play on stage and we take an intermission, right? Means the play's still going on, but it's not there at the moment. I don't want that. I want like the play is done, we're going home. So I'm here with this dilemma whether not to do the Nano Knife procedure, and I decide, okay, let's do it. Sounds like a good idea. So the procedure was done on February the 3rd, and CT scan was live. During that time, they used a live CT scan where they could see what's going on, pulsing that thing. Last picture I got, I was out. But last picture I got showed that, this little cancer that was there was totally exploded. It really looked like, one of those drone pictures where they blow up the convoy or something. But when I went back on March 1st, I saw these pictures that showed like two little black dots in the area. They weren't round, they were sort of oblong in shape. And the doctor, where I went and did this is the 30-day follow-up, said these may be of concern. And I go, why? You never told me if there would be any concern about something. And he says, yeah, I have never seen this in all the nano knives I've done. Little air pockets usually mean a sign of infection of some kind. I go, great, okay. What's up? And he said, well, got your blood work here, and it shows you're not fighting anything in your body. It shows that there's no fighting going on of the body fighting against infection. So come back in 90 days. All right. Well, this coming Thursday, is the 90-day time where they're going to do another CT scan and see where we're at. Now, while in recovery in February for this Nano Knife procedure, the doctor came in and told me, and if you put two and two together, maybe this is what happened. I'm not sure, but he said, I just want to let you know, I do feel we got very close to your colon wall, and there might have been some like little issues of touching the colon wall, or maybe the electrolysis there caused some little lesions on the colon wall. I'm going, okay. The way the Nano Knife was described to me is that the beauty of it is that it will only work on the organ that you're on. It won't go into different organs like a heat ablation will. This using electricity will only go into the area we're pinpointing. So how he got into the colon, I don't know. He said it was slightly complicated, but you're the doctor and surgeon, you're trained for this. So that day, at that point, he gave me some very strong antibiotics to take care of any infection that might pop up, from the procedure. And I thought, okay, I'm not sure if I want to take these because I know what antibiotics can do to your gut biome. It totally destroys it, right? And this is what I'm using as my defense for cancer or any cancer that may come. So not only are we in there doing a Nano Knife procedure, which may spread cancer cells, I'm not sure, but now we're taking away the body's ability to fight these things, and that we're blowing up the gut biome because we're afraid of something we may have done that caused injury to the colon, nothing to do with the cancer, right? This is like a mistake, an accident. So I ran it by my researchers, ran it by people that hold close to me as far as research in this area, and they said that the benefits outweigh the risks You will lose a lot of your gut biome, but if indeed they get close to the colon wall, you don't want infection going on there. Now, this doctor also tells me, the one that did the Nano Knife, that if we do get infection in the colon wall, then that's like almost guaranteed surgery. And I'm going, in my head, no, we're not doing surgery. So, I did not have any reaction initially. Yes, there was reaction related to the pills, to the antibiotics. At the end of the prescription, I, started feeling the effects of what antibiotics will do to you. It just kind of wipes you out, and also your digestion is very poor. Does a bunch of bad stuff. Some of this may have been in my head. That doesn't matter. Whatever you're thinking, your body kind of goes along with that. So I'm trying to think when the pain and stuff started happening. Like I started getting these waves of pain and bubbles in my colon, where they were so pronounced that very, very painful, and you could almost kind of like feel them go around in the colon. The colon's a large intestine. I mean, it's nothing crazy about that. It's just two names for it. So I did use a lot of probiotics at first on my own. I thought, okay, I'm gonna get this gut biome back up by doing the probiotics. Then I conferred with my scientific people, and they said that probably should cut out the pills. And I'm going, what? And yeah, what you want to do is get your gut biome back by using foods that are fermented, that are high in probiotics, and be taking some prebiotic too. And so I did. I cut down. I may take a probiotic pill now and then. There is thinking on that. There's a couple thoughts on probiotics. I know you guys know about this. Is that one, a lot of times they don't even make it past the stomach acid, right? Stomach acid kills them all. I mean, if it can kill like horrible, deadly bacteria, it can probably kill some probiotic cells. And then the other thing is in the small intestine, which they don't belong there. You don't want probiotics in your small intestine. Ideally, you want them at the very end of your colon, like right before stuff leaves your body, and this is the best place for the probiotics to do their thing, to help the body. By having a healthy gut biome, you have a lot of good immunity for the body. That's just one of the things. There's so many different things that the biome of the gut does for you and helps you with. Everything's balanced. So I went through this period of this pain in my my colon. One thing he did tell me, says, if you have any pain in your colon, go to the hospital. And I thought, that will trigger a series of events where they will probably look and see, okay, what's causing this? Yeah, it looks like an infection. I guess we should do surgery. Of course, you, at least here in the United States, have the say-so on whether or not they're going to cut you up, But Hospitals, not my favorite place. If I can try to let the body heal itself, I'll do that. And so that's the route I went. I said, let's see if we can get this thing healed up this way. So I noticed, and this may catch a few of you off guard, but I noticed since my cancer went into remission, I have allowed myself on occasion a a glass of wine with friends, or whatever the occasion. I noticed, and very rarely, but when I did have that, that also provoked the pain in these areas in the colon, so it kind of made that inflamed. Um, what else? So yeah, stop the wine. Did two experiments. One happened, and then I go, okay, might be the wine, maybe not, just maybe the food. And then went for a while, pain went away, and then we were at somewhere, and I had another glass, and same thing happened. So I know it's wine is very toxic. You're normally built to handle that level of toxin if you don't go crazy with it. It can be enjoyable, as a matter of fact. But in this case, where the body is trying to heal itself, that's just one more heavy thing that you're laying on the body to have to work with. And when you give your body more stuff to do, that means less time to heal the things that it should be doing, right? So I found that to be the case. Also, foods. I went and started experimenting with different foods. The normal clinical ketogenic diet, had to think of it, that I normally do, provoked these pockets, so these, the bubbles as well. Um, so I knew then that, this thing was not going to heal with just normal food. I had to do something different. I know when I went into a state of fasting, that went away, and it went to a point where on my last day of fasting, maybe like day 3 or 4, um, would the instead of having these moving balls of air going through my colon, they would be like smaller bubbles, and you could hear them in there. And I have no idea. I'm not a gastroenterologist, so I don't know what that means. But all I know is that they would eventually kind of die out, and then I can go back to eating, which for the most part they'd start back up again, until I figured out through a process of elimination that I wanted to try something that I saw a Petersons do, like Jordan Peterson and Michaela Peterson, the philosophic family in Canada. They went through a process of an elimination diet that helped them heal their body from whatever stuff they had. I think he had sort of a depression type thing going on, and she had like rheumatoid arthritis from birth that caused her to have ankle replacements before she was 10 years old. It was like, it was really bad. Could not find anything that would help her in her life through diet, except when she eliminated everything down to meat and salt. Those two things, and that's it. No condiments, no barbecue sauce, no nothing, no side dishes. So I thought, let's try it. So I went to Costco, and this is the first time I'm telling anybody this part of the story. Went to Costco and purchased some New York strip steaks and grilled them up. cooked them up. First day, got that New York strip steak off the grill, put it on a plate. I got my real salt from Redmond's Real Salt, the fine folk out in Utah, which I got to meet. One little interesting thing about real salt people from Utah, Redmond's Real Salt. They told me that their biggest seller, this is kind of crazy, but the biggest seller that they sell in their company are salt licks for cattle. The salt blocks that cattle lick and they like. They actually sell more of those than any other thing they sell. So, and I'm thinking, man, if they got salt licks made out of those things, they got a lot of salt. And they do. They mine their own salt, and it's just the way they do it is far superior than anything, even the Himalaya stuff that I've tried. So this is what I did. Did the Redmond's Real Salt steak day one. I stopped eating around 3 in the afternoon. But what I do, the way I did this to see if it would be painful or not, is I count 6 hours, because 6 hours is the time it takes for your small intestine to clear itself, and then it goes into the colon. So in 6 hours we would know, right? 6 hours came, no pain. All the way through the night, no pain at all. And I'm going, wow, this has never happened before. And I know there are those who even follow me and have congratulated me on my journey and things that I've done, who kind of poo-poo the carnivore diet, like total carnivore. And this is the second time in my life that carnivore has really helped with my health. The first time was I had like this absurd pain in my shoulders that, to the point where it was so hard to even sleep at night because it's so painful. And I was told to go strictly carnivore for a week and then to report back at the end of the week. And I did. And upon reporting back, no pain in the shoulders, I swear. And until this day, and I do eat a lot of red meat, I have no pain in my shoulders like I did before. I thought I was going to have an operation on these things, because I thought, there's something definitely wrong. And what it was the inflammation from, probably foods and different things. Of course, also not, overworking them at work or something like that can cause that too. But your body should not wear out, should not have pains like that. It should be able to handle that kind of stuff. And if it's not, it's because you're not giving your body the right medicine it needs as far as foods, so it can take those things and not only provide you energy, but also provide the healing that you need for the different parts of the body. So, second time was now, where I went day 2 with the New York strip steak. I'm going, this is good, because I love the steak, and it's making me feel better. I not only didn't have the pains anymore, but I felt better as well. I felt stronger. I felt, oh man, now I'm coming around where I can actually be social and smile, start making videos again, and help people. That's my mission. And so, very thankful for this elimination diet of just meat. Am I going to continue like this? Knowing myself, probably not, because I know I love other foods so much. I know I'm addicted to a lot of stuff But um, to, to let this heal right now, I think it's very important to just stick on this meat-only diet, meat and salt. So it's working. I don't know what to say. Has my digestion changed? Well, yeah, for the better. I was reading some research done on carnivore diet and also on Michaela's diet. People that have tried to follow her, people in the media, and they report back. A couple of them. Some did okay, but some report back that they felt bloated or they felt this or that or they did this to them, and it was just like totally. One thing I think when you're going into it, you got to have the right mindset. The other thing is, I really think that the carnivore diet, when you're doing strictly meat only and salt, it's a type of cleansing diet as well. Your body starts trying to get into the state where it wants to be, where it can like take advantage of you eating the meat and say, okay, right now I'm going to eliminate all this crap that you have inside of you and all these things that you have going on in your body, so will you feel good? Maybe not the first few days, right? Or the first week because your body is detoxing. Detoxing is not a good feeling. I don't know that to be true. It just sounded like in my head that it made sense. Maybe that's what's happening to these guys. They try to go, like strictly carnivore, and they do it rapidly all at once, and your body goes, "Whoa, what an opportunity!" And then that's what happens. So I stopped yesterday afternoon. I had a couple of yesterday. I had like 4 sirloin burgers that I ran out of the New York strip steaks. Frozen sirloin burgers from Costco. Not sure. I'm not really a big fan of hamburger, at least the way I make them. I don't know how to make a hamburger, I guess. These are not, they're okay, but um, sometimes I get heartburn from hamburgers, but it's just a hamburger and salt. I'd much rather have a steak. Don't grind it up. I don't know. Um, with the New York strip, they had, some some of them had quite a bit of fat on them. I grilled them with the fat. Some fat I ate, but most of it I cut off because my uh, group of people in the dietary area um, that study this stuff in the lab all the time, ketogenic diet and such, told me that maybe I could um, try to get more protein, less fat, because fat can also be um, for the moment. This is not telling you that if you're doing ketogenic diet that you should lower your fat at all. Probably not. But in my case, because we're trying to heal this little part of my body, fat wasn't the benefit. The protein and the meat was. So we're trying to go that way. Okay. And so that's why. Now, when I bought it at Costco, I already knew that. But I looked at the fat, and because I'm a fat lover, I thought I gotta eat a little bit of that stuff, so I did. There's another steak that they sell there, same price, that has I'm not sure what it's called. I think maybe it's just a sirloin or whatever. Um, that doesn't have the fats on through the meat or anything. It's just nice, beautiful meat. I'll buy that next time. Probably buy that on Friday when I get back home um, from Moffat. So yesterday I had the sirloin burgers, and yeah, they were good. and I'm doing this carnivore thing, right? And I thought, okay, now I really want this all to go away. I don't have to worry anymore about the pain in my gut. I didn't have the bubbles anymore, but I could still feel that there was something there persisting. So I decided that I was going to go on a fast anyway. I think a fast before the CT scan and blood work, or blood work and CT scan, is very beneficial. At least I believe, it'll give you a better blood work result. Um, it's like, hacking the system, I guess, in a way. I want to have good numbers for them. If I'm feeling okay, I know I'm good anyway. I'm not sure if it does anything or not, but for the most part, I've had like excellent numbers in my blood work. Um, I do feel just from knowing my body that my liver, even though my liver doesn't hurt, I feel that, my body's fighting something a little bit. I do feel that maybe a little bit of the infection going on, if there is any. The liver is very good at helping you fight that. That's one of the functions. I'm pretty sure that's like 500 functions, right? So, want to give the opportunity for the body to work on that, and also autophagy that might happen during fasting. Don't want that to happen. Overall, I just want this thing to kind of cure itself and to feel healed by the time we do this CT scan. Will that work? That's got to be beneficial one way or the other. At the end of the CT scan, there will be a review a couple hours later. Then after that, I'm free to go with that news. Plan on visiting one of my research friends up in the area, Dr. Don D'Agostino. Heading over to his house after the scan and gonna have dinner over there. So I'll be breaking my fast, that afternoon, which would be good because it'd be a good company, and we always have a lot to talk about. So it'll be nice. And then head back home to Naples, which is great. Anyway, that's what's up this week. I am feeling better as far as being able to do my day to day, but still not up to that, where you want to feel like good, where you're happy and chipper, and knock out these info videos that are helpful to people. At least I hope they are. If they're not, please let me know what areas you want me to talk about. I surely will. As far as supplements, finishing up this video now. I'm still taking everything I took during my cancer journey, everything. Still doing everything. The only thing I don't take is hydroxychloroquine when I'm doing a fast, because hydroxychloroquine prevents autophagy, and you want autophagy to happen. What else? Lots of omega in the form of fish oil, omega-3, and vitamin D, plenty of that. Plus, I get out in the sun as much as I can. Exercise, you need to be doing that. And one thing I started doing, I posted this on Twitter yesterday, is breathing through your nose when you're sleeping by taping your mouth shut while you sleep. It's a thing. It's supposed to be for healthier living and also healthier breathing. So that's one you might want to research. Anything that's healthier, will help you conquer whatever you're fighting as far as disease, okay, or even weight loss. You want that to happen. So there you go. That's what I got. Hope you're having a wonderful Sunday afternoon. Plan on doing these, like I said, more often, and to make them more and more interesting for you as I continue on this journey through my health and trying to get back to as normal as I can. All right, take care, and we'll catch you on the next video here. Certainly, I'll be on next Sunday, but don't wait till then. Check out some of the other videos if you can. And yeah,